All right, what's going on? PricesKing.com. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. We're going to be talking about Disney today. What is going on with Disney? Where are we going? There's a lot of news cycles that's been happening with Disney, right? Especially with the whole MCU debacle, the whole movie theater business, as well as the streaming services, where they're going, canceling some of these shows, and the overall, like, where is it, going really, right? Even with the ESPN debacle. From a technical perspective, let's talk about Disney and see where it's going. You can see the chart on the screen right now is a 4-hour chart. I'm going to zoom out and take a look at the daily chart, and we can see what's been happening. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can zoom back in 5 years and see where it's going. Right, we had this, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend, and then slowly, are we going back up or not? Right. I mean, you can see the overall picture. We are pretty much on the bottom. Right. Right around here is where the previous bottom was. We hit that again. We're hitting it again. Where are we going from here? Right. People are asking, is this stock going to continue downward pressure? I believe it could go either ways, depending on if the CEO goes and changes things around after 2023. We've seen a lot of negativity, right? With the CEO change, trying to get the CEO back and whatnot, right? But we had lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. I mean, we continue to have lower highs, but this past high was kind of broken, but overall trend continues to be a downward pressure, right? There's a lot of pressure from the bulls to get it back up, right? But the bears are still reining in right now, on the Disney stock, right? So where we go from here, let's look at the technicals. Short term, still on a downward trajectory. We got the MACD going downwards. We have the 50-day below the 200-day. That clearly indicates for me is a downward trend, at least from a short-term period. That bears are still in control. What we're looking at right now is the 50-day trying to get squeezed in with the 200 and trying to cross it over. And we may see that, we may not see that, depending on how things happen with this quarter, as well as the company direction in itself. It's not positive signs from an earnings perspective, but at the same time, there needs to be some change at Disney, right? And that's gonna drive the stock back up. Right now, bears are still in control. This may be just a squeeze from the bulls trying to take it up. We saw that it broke the previous high right here, and then it tried to break this previous high. And so it's trying to change directions, and that's what it's trying to do. From what I see in the past few weeks, it is on an upward trend. Now, will it continue is the key question. What we have to watch out for is the next leg up, which is the 103 mark, and then we have to watch also to see if this becomes a support. The 90 is what we're going to have to look for support, and to see if it stays that, right? The trouble with that is, right now, if you look at the Bollinger Band, we are hovering around the mid-band, and the mid-band is trying to hold it in. It's trying to not let it go over, and the bears are still in control. And so what that means is there's some downward pressure coming. We may see support in the 88 areas. We have the 200-day over here, and we have the 88 right here, 91 and change, and 88 are the two support areas, along with the lower Bollinger Band, right? So there's some support in this area. Now, what the bulls got to do is take that up, or the bears are going to have to break this. All right now, what I see is on the MACD, we've seen a bigger mountain below the zero line, which indicate there's a lot of pressure from the bears, and the downward momentum is not over yet. What we have to do is we have to make sure that if it does break, this support area breaks, it'll continue down. The next leg down would be into 86 areas, and that's where the next support area is, right? So if you were to, if you're long Disney and if you wanted to add, you would add one position around the 89, 88 area, and then if it continues down to 86s, and then obviously the 70s, high 70s is the next leg down, right? We don't want it to go down, because then if it goes down that far, then the bears are fully in control and it could take that down further. Okay, and I would say if it does ever go down to this 70s, I would say you load up. You would load up there. I don't anticipate it going down because there is a lot of support in this area for it to ride back up. Okay, as long as the 200-day holds, it'll try to make its way back up to the 96, mid 90s, and then it's going to try to break this mid 90s, and then ultimately try to drive it back up to the 100. Okay. With that said, let me know what your thoughts are on Disney. Technically perspective, this is what we're seeing. Let me know your thoughts. Like and subscribe. PriceIsKing.com. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like.